everyone. It's Christina from American Rooted Flower Farm. So right now we are out here at the flower farm, and we are just going to do a really quick update on what's going on out here. Not much has changed besides things getting bigger. So this was the tulips and the daffodils that we planted, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So these are the tulips and the daffodils, and they are growing. They look fine. And let's move on. So over here, I threw down some seeds with Gabe. I don't remember what they were, but I think that they are popping up because there's like almost like a sea of, or a river of seedlings like here, and I don't recognize them as a weed. So we'll see what happens with those. And then I did plant some Gadacia, some leftover Gadacia plugs that I had, and some snapdragons, but something did get to the snapdragons and was eating the tops off of them. Like they're supposed to be right here and they're not right there. Oh, there's some Gadacia. Oh, that's right. It could have been the turkeys. Gadacia. Oh, maybe I just didn't see it. Okay, and yeah, here's the snapdragons.
Yeah, that's definitely seeds. Heavy-handed seeds.
Yeah, and then that's the only area that they're in. Like they stop right here, and that's what Gabe and I were just like throwing out seeds. They were small seeds, and so we were just throwing them out kind of by the handful, just to plant something here. And I wanted, maybe it was like, it wasn't, maybe it was corn cockle. It was some saponaria, maybe. I think it might have been saponaria, and I'll include a picture over here. Oh, this I planted last week. This beautiful mushroom. So I was going to plant some status here, the status seeds that I started 2 weeks ago. I brought them out, and I was going to plant them over here, but we have a terrible issue with crabgrass, and I don't know what we're going to do about it. I think we might have to get landscape fabric to take care of that. So down here we have the Gadacia and then snapdragons amongst many weeds, and then stock, some deer prints. We got some deer prints and some deers running through, but didn't eat any of our plants, our young plants. We've been out here for maybe an hour and a half, and we've been pulling out zinnias, and I planted the status, which we'll look at, which isn't much. It's so small still. This is stock here, and then there's also the solidago is here, but it's not doing well. There's they have brown leaves. They're dying. I think maybe the fusarium is getting to them. Maybe potentially, yeah, it could be too much water. We've had a lot of water, a lot of rain in the last 2 weeks. But I'm wondering if maybe I did not treat those ones with the root shield or the Activate. So I'm going to come out here tomorrow and treat them with the root shield and the Activate, and hopefully some of them will still survive. So here we have Gadacia, a lot of Gadacia. We have maybe like 2 or 3 different colors of the Gadacia.
Florist loved them last year.
Yeah, my florist loved them, so I went a little crazy. Bought a lot. Oh, look at all the ladybugs over here. This is a sunflower, and it's just overwintered. This is a branching variety. It's been froze. It's gotten too cold. These are not going to open up. I actually see some color on this one here, but there's a whole sponge of ladybugs on that, so that's good.
Ladybug larva.
Down here we have a lot of weeds, but we have the blue plurum, and I need to get out here and do the Hortonova netting so that these will grow in straight stems. There's also some stalk in here. You can't tell it, but this is a row right here, all the way down 750 feet, I believe. We have 4 rows. Today is January 27th, 28th, 27th, 28th, something like that, Sunday. Down here, there's some pennycress that Gabe and I, we direct sown these seeds. We kind of just tossed them out. They're amongst the weeds, but these ones are the pennycress. And then we also have snapdragons in here. We also have snapdragons in here amongst grass, which I think that this is also the crabgrass over here. We have yarrow that's blooming. There's only a couple of them, and I've noticed that they've got some, looks like they've got some disease issues. Some of them are turning brown. Jesus. So this one here, like it looks like it like froze, but it doesn't freeze. Yarrow can tolerate, I think, down to zone 4, something like that, way lower than we will ever get. So it's definitely not froze. It definitely didn't get froze or frost damage. And then this one is turning brown, and so I think maybe the fusarium is getting to a few of these guys. These are snapdragons that I propagated. Last year. They're from pinchings. Oh, speaking of pinching, I need to come through and pinch my snapdragons. I may root them. I have so many. I have like 600 snapdragons, so I don't know how many will actually get propagated, but we'll see how busy I am when I get to pinching them. Over here I have rutabacia. They're small. They're a slow grower. These ones are them. These fuzzy ones here that are low to the ground. I need to come through and weed. Over here is feverfew, and then hyperscum over here. And I don't know how well this one is doing either. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be red like that.
Typical for cold weather.
I need to look it up. This one's like brown and shriveling though. We don't get that cold, so I don't know. Rutabacia, and then here is dianthus, Sweet William, which look really good. They've grown a lot. More deer prints. I hope that doesn't mean that they're going to come through. We didn't have any deer presence over the summer or last spring. We had no issues with them eating any of our plants, and so hopefully we won't this year. But we know that it is possible. This right here is where I planted the status right now.
You started, right?
Yes, the status that I started in these guys, in the little peat, little plugs that I got from Temu. Some of them didn't. There was about 10 of them that didn't, that no seeds, they didn't sprout. When I put the seeds in those, they were pretty small seeds, and so I kind of put more than one seed in each one, and then I had all of these left over that didn't have any seed in them. And so over like the matter of 2 weeks, I moved them as they sprouted into their own little cell. And so I ended up with the full tray minus 10-ish that were empty. Over here I have marigolds. So this is Pacific Beauty marigolds. No, calendula marigold. I think it's the same thing. I got these from Gardener's Workshop. I planted them in the spring, and they don't like the heat, so they didn't do too much in the summertime, but they are obviously liking the weather right now and have been blooming all winter long. Get some pest issues with thripe, and you can see the thripe. Can you see the thripe flying out? As I, no, those are the thripe. I was pulling out zinnias up higher on the 3rd row or 4th row, and there were volunteer seedlings from the zinnias. Oh, I think there's some here too, which is really early for them to start sprouting because it's not quite warm enough. Well, this may not be, that's not zinnia, but it's not, the soil is supposed to be like 70 degrees for zinnias to sprout. So I don't, I mean, even if they sprout right now, I think that they may not make it because it might still be too cold. We might get another frost, but we might not get another frost. That's it. That was a quick update on what's going on at the farm and what's growing, what's not growing, what's gotten eaten, what's disappearing, what's dying. So thanks for watching, and remember, keep your hands dirty, pick up your trash, and cut your flowers.